Thanks for joining us on this episode of Twisted Wrench Garage, where we're just gonna have a day of hanging out in the garage and doing a few things. And by us, the first thing we're gonna do is I want to teach this boy how to change oil on a vehicle. He's never actually done it.
No.
Have you?
No, I have never.
No?
Never.
So we're going to teach him a little bit of life lessons. You know, this isn't like a oil change on like an old vehicle like on, Black Pearl here, but, when it comes to time for him to need to get a vehicle and drive, I mean, he's going to need to know how to do these things. That way he can take care of it and save himself a little money because, going to an oil change place costs a little extra if, unless you do it yourself, you can save a little money. We're going to do this oil change for about $40, whereas, you take it to an oil shop, probably cost you $80, somewhere around there. So we're going to save a little money. So I'm going to get him in here helping me. We're going to put this thing up on some ramps, and we're going to start draining the oil and start getting the oil changed on this thing. This old family hauler here, we've already put quite a few miles on it since we got it, and it's nice and comfy. I didn't ever think that I'd ever have a van.
Yeah.
Never.
We went to Texoma with it.
I don't even like to call this thing a minivan. I call it a crossover / SUV van type thing. But yeah, it is what it is. It's nice and comfy, heated seats, V6, got plenty of room for my family. So let's get in here and get to work. Alright, gonna have Mason here put these ramps underneath these tires. Just gonna get them lined up in the middle, both sides. If you don't have a set of those things are lifesavers. Keeps you from having to get the jacks out, the jack stands, and saves you a little time. You can just pull the vehicle up on there and do what you need to do. So he's gonna get this other side put on, and we'll get this van pulled up on these ramps. All right, we got it up on the ramps. I always like rolling all the windows down. I just leave the keys in it. And always apply your emergency brake or chock your wheels when you put it up on a ramp like this. So got the hood popped. Let's get that lifted and we'll start getting the oil changed. So let's get this lifted up. Should be a little lever underneath there. All right there. Go ahead and lift that. There you go. That little yellow thing right there. You stick it right there in that little square hole on the hood.
This one?
Yep. Pull it up. And it goes right there. All right. So, I guess first things first. Where does oil go? I guess we should ask him that. Where does oil go?
I know that's the oil thing where you check if it's bad or not.
Yeah, that's the oil dipstick. That's where you check the level.
That is, I don't know.
All right. Well, what is this right here?
Engine oil.
All right, so we'll pull that off. We'll just set that up here to the side because that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that plug from on the bottom, and if we open this up, that'll help drain it faster. And then our oil filter location is actually right here. These are a little newer on these. These take what's called a cartridge style oil filter. It isn't like on my black truck where it takes like a metal oil filter that screws on.
Like when I saw those videos where the blue ones, like
yeah,
you have to screw it on,
and then you have to screw it
fast, and then.
Well, you don't have to be fast. You just have to screw it on. You just hand tighten it. Whereas this has like a little cap on it, and there's a little filter that goes down inside of it, and then you put that cap back on, and you have to replace. There's a little oil ring. I'll show you where you change that. So now he knows where we got to put the oil. Let's get down there and let's show him where to get it out. All right, we're going in. Now on a lot of these newer vehicles, there's a lot of plastic that covers the bottom. So we're gonna double check in here. This does have a cover. It looks like
take it off.
Looks like right above your face, right there. You see the little oil symbol?
Oh.
Okay, so that right there, we need to get a big flathead so we can pull that out. Okay. And that flap should come down, and then there's gonna be a bolt underneath there. So let me go grab you a big flathead, and I'll be right back. So we're, oh, wrong way. So you want to turn it lefty for Lucy. So turn it towards me. Is it not wanting to come?
I don't know. Get it.
All right, maybe try turning it the other way. Maybe it's a. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, you're right. See, it says turn that way to unlock. See, he can see it better than I can. You got it?
Yeah, I think I've got it.
Yeah, let me help. Just let me see if I can help you get it.
I'm not the strongest one.
I think it's already unlocked. I think you got it. Maybe not. What's going on here? It doesn't go any further than that.
Ah, my finger!
Oh no, it's... That's weird.
Let me see.
It acts like it wants to turn more. There we go.
Ah!
Alright, so that should flop down and it'll come out like this. That way you can get it out of your way. Alright, so now there's a bolt right there, right?
Yeah, right here, yeah.
Alright, so we're going to need to get a wrench or a socket wrench in our tub to catch our oil. So let's go grab that stuff.
Alright.
And there's our oil catch. Alright, I broke it free for him. So what I do is I like to get it to where it's nice and loose, to where you can feel it wobbling, right? Mm-hmm. See, it's wobbling right there and the oil's dripping. So what I'll do is I will get my pan in position and then quickly whoop, move it out of the way. You see how fast that was? I didn't get but maybe a drop of oil on me. So we're gonna let that drain. It's gonna take a little time. It's not super thick. 0W20 is what this thing calls for. My black truck uses 10W30, or I put diesel oil in it, which is 5W40, I think, or 10W40, I can't remember. But we're gonna let this drain for a little bit. It's gonna take some time. It's 5 quarts, so we'll bring you guys back when we're ready to slap this bolt back in, and we'll get to changing that oil filter out. All right, that's still just slightly dribbling down there. I've got this size up here that we needed. It turned out to be what, 15/16 is what I was able to get to fit on here. So I'm gonna let him break that free, and we'll get that changed out. Hold this here with your other hand. Nope, hold it like you're like you're grabbing hold it so it doesn't move either way. Okay. And then you want to go this way.
Hold on.
There you go, you got it. And that's just a cap we're going to be pulling off, and there's going to be a filter inside there. Alright, I think you can push that button and pull that thing off. There you go. Now you should be able to do this with your hand. And that cap's off, so. And then the oil filter comes with it, so flip it over quick. And then there's our oil filter.
Oh. That is
super nasty, dirty.
That is not the cleanest.
But I don't see any metal, so we're good there. So hold that, and we'll get that swapped out. All right, this is pretty well done dripping. I'm gonna let him tighten that up. Doesn't have to be super tight. And then we'll put that new filter in. You got it?
Yeah.
Let me double check, just make sure. All right, we're good. That's good enough. So we'll put that flat back on there, as like you guys saw, and we're gonna put a new oil filter in this. So we just put it down here so it could drain a little bit. We got camera mace in there. We're gonna pop this off. It just pops in. And then what we're gonna do is there's actually a little O-ring right here. I may need to grab a pick for it, but we need to change that out. Let me go grab the tool for that. All right, just with a pick, you just get up underneath it.
Oh, that's dripping.
Yep. And then you just pull the old O-ring off, and then the kit will actually come with a brand new one right here. So, don't fall. You just have to pull this out of here. You can back up somewhere.
Oh, okay.
No, you're okay. So we'll just take this and we'll go around that edge, put it all the way down into that little groove that it was in before, and we just pop our new oil filter right back on. And then it just slips in, and you just thread it down. And it doesn't take a whole lot of force on these. It's only 18 foot-pounds, or 18 Newton meters, I mean. So we'll get that snug real quick. I'll tighten this up just so we know, just so I know that we're not getting it over tightened. All right, I'm gonna say that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're got the new oil filter in. We got that bolt down there at the bottom tightened back up. So I think we're good to throw the oil in. Mason, what's the flavor of oil we're using today?
OW20.
OW20 what? Full synthetic?
We got the 5 quart.
5 quart O'Reilly's.
And it's the cheapest, so.
Yeah, that too. That helps.
Yeah.
So here. You need help? Oh, he got it. He got it.
Use the teeth. Yep.
All right.
Smells like strawberries.
No, one thing I'll note is if you turn it sideways, right, and pour it in sideways, it won't chug whenever you pour it. So let him put that all in there. It'll take all of it.
Okay.
All 5 quarts. See how clean that oil is compared to what that old stuff was?
We got this car used, right?
Yeah, we did get this car used. It had 66,000 miles on it. I think it's got 70,000 on it now. So we put some mileage on it.
Since we went to Texoma, yeah?
Yeah, we went to Lake Texoma on our little vacation we had. All right. So if you just turn that upside down, if we can, oh. So, yeah. There we go. We're getting it topped off. We'll get her fired up. We'll check the oil level after we get it back on the ground on a level surface. And then we need to change the little oil gauge inside the thing, the oil life gauge.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that's good.
Alrighty then. Are you going to be using this again?
Yes, we're going to use that to put the old oil in so we can take the old oil back up to the parts house. That's what I always do with these. Old oil that you take out of here, put into these, and you can take it to O'Reilly's and have it empty. Or you can just leave it with them. You don't have to take it back. So now we're just going to put that cap on.
Yep.
You can leave that out like that. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the van off the ramps, and then not yet. You can just leave it right there in the tube for now, because we want to run it. Because what's going to happen is because we put the oil in and it went all the way down to the bottom where the oil pan is that holds it, okay? And then that oil filter doesn't have anything in it. Yeah. So normally on an older vehicle, if the oil filter is like where you're screwing it up from the bottom and it's going up, you would fill it up halfway or 3/4 before you put it on there. Helps oil the engine. But because of this, we actually have to fire it up, let it fill the whole system up, and then we have to check our fluid. But we also have to make sure it's on a level surface, because right now if we try to check it, all the oil is going to be back here at the back, because the van is sitting like this.
Oh, because of the ramps. Because
of the ramps. So I'm going to pull this off of the ramps, then we will fire it up and we will check the oil.
That thing was on it and it got squished into the things, now it's stuck. Okay, there we go.
It's okay.
Okay.
Alright, just checking the oil here. We're right in that safe zone. We're looking good. Double check again. Yeah, it's not exactly on the line here. It's about right there. So I probably could grab another little cord of that oil. We might do that.
Do that?
Yeah, we might do that. We'll drive it up to the parts store, and we'll empty that oil. We'll give them that oil.
Are we gonna get a car wash?
I don't know. I know it needs it. It's dirty.
Yeah.
We haven't washed it since we took it on our trip, and that trip was few months back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're good here. I think we're good on. We're gonna go ahead and check all of our other fluids too. That's something you always want to do whenever you're checking, changing your oil, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay on washer fluid. Water, we're good. We're at that maximum, minimum for cold, max hot. Brake fluid, we look like we're at that max spot there. We're good. Can't check transmission fluid on these, sadly. They don't have dipsticks. There is a spot on the transmission for you to put it. It's just a cap. They have to actually they actually have a dipstick from the factory that the techs actually keep on them, and that's what they check them with. They just pull them off their toolbox and pull that cap off and check them. For some reason, they don't give those to us anymore, and I'm not sure why. It would really be nice to be able to pay attention to that kind of stuff, because you always need to be keeping an eye on your fluids and making sure they're topped off, because no fluids equals bad day. So we're gonna empty that oil into that oil jug there, and we're gonna run that up to the O'Reilly's so they can have that and recycle it, and it can be used on something else.
Am I coming there?
Yeah, you can come too. In setting this, we have to go and find that's fuel economy. We gotta find the oil, or start, stop, audio, messages, screen setup, speedo, vehicle info. Here we go. There's our battery voltage, oil life. It says 55%. It was over the mileage. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset that. It just says hold OK to reset. Hold OK. Up to reset, oil life engine must be off with the ignition in the run. So we're gonna turn the car off. I'm gonna leave my foot off the brake and hit the start button to turn the ignition on. Okay, there we go. I had to hit it again, and that turned everything on. Can we get into our... There we go. So now with the engine off, hold the OK button. And now it's reset. All right, so we got that oil all put in that. What vehicle do you want to take up to the parts store?
Black Pearl.
All right, you want to take Black Pearl? We'll take Black Pearl. All right, so we're going to get loaded up in Black Pearl. We're going to take this stuff up to O'Reilly's and get this stuff emptied out.
Recycle.
His first oil change. He's going to deal with the old oil too. So let's get up there. All right. Oh, a little belt squeal there, but still running good. All right, y'all buckled up?
Yep.
All right, let me get buckled up too. All right,
We're on the road again. Can't wait to get back on the road again.
All right, you ready to take it in and get it disposed of?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
In with the old. Oh no. Out with the old. In with the new.
How'd it go? Did they take the oil?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Let's go home. Well, we're all done with the oil change on the family vehicle here.
In a 3-seated row, big van.
Yeah, the big family vehicle. The minivan. I'm gonna call it crossover. Whatever. You guys can call it what you want. I don't like the fact that I own a minivan, but I own a minivan. It is what it is. You know,
we have 2 trucks.
we got 2 trucks. We got.
No, we got 3 trucks.
Yeah, we do have 3 trucks.
In a Malibu.
But I mean, how hard was it changing oil? Do you think it was very hard?
Not very hard. It was really easy.
Really easy.
Yeah.
You do it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would do it again.
Yeah. Maybe next time I do an oil change on one of the older vehicles, I can teach you how to do it on one of the older ones.
So like whenever I'm a dad, I can teach my son.
Exactly. I want to try to get you guys out here more often when I'm doing my videos. I think that'll be pretty fun. Teach them some more stuff about cars. You know, if they want to come out here. I'm not gonna force it on them, guys.
I will be coming out.
But he had fun. He says he had a lot of fun. You know, I had fun teaching him some stuff, going over, you know, how to do a little basic oil change. You know, it's nothing too crazy, guys. Just something like that, you know, changing a tire, changing oil, changing a filter, You know, those kind of things are things that are slowly going to get lost in time when we're going all this electric vehicle stuff. You know, kids aren't going to know about how to change oil or change spark plugs or do a tune-up. That's the kind of stuff I want to teach my kids. I want them to know how to do that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try to make sure I get this boy and maybe my other two out as much as I can. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I wanted to update you guys on the truck there, on that headliner. I've been driving it back and forth to go pick up Mikhail from work and driving to work and go to the parts store. You know, I've been driving it here and there. Pretty sure the drive shaft needs rebalanced. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know how to check that, let me know in the comments down below, because I'd really love to know how to check it. I thought about maybe putting the camera underneath the truck with my magnet that I have, because I have a magnet mount for my camera, and that's how I stick it to random things. But I thought about putting that underneath and, you know, recording and see if I could, you know, see if the drive shaft is wobbling or whatever. But I'm kind of scared I'd lose my camera. $500 camera, you don't really want to lose it on the road. So I kind of haven't taken that chance yet. But that headliner, it is coming down. So it is what it is. I just reach up and mat it with my hand, and it touches back up to the board again, and it's still stuck there right now. I had to do that a couple different times, but I mean, I'm not gonna fool with it. It is what it is. I've already got too much time and money into that, and if I want to get a new one, I'll just get a new one. It is what it is. I'm still happy with how it is. It doesn't look horrible by any means, but you know, maybe that 3M glue is a little bit better. I don't know if what I've got is I don't know if you see that bug messing with it. I don't know if what I got is, you know, just causing a problem with the adhesion of that glue or what, but I mean, it is what it is. So, well, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you guys out on the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you guys want, join that Twisted Crew. Be a sponsor of the video, and we appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Bye.